Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the uh, processed pastry reviewer, and today we're gonna do another review for the channel. So today we are reviewing not a processed pastry, but another dessert that has been processed. There is a process in how they make these. I'll speak about that process later. Um, it's a dessert. We're going to be reviewing a dessert. But before we get to that, today's video is sponsored by the Google Pixel 7 Pro cell phone. Uh, I don't actually have any deal with Google. They're not giving me any money for this, but if I put the product on the screen, I think they have to pay me, or I have to pay them. Uh, if I have to pay Google, what I have here, I have not that crisp dollar over here we can use, right? Crisp American dollar for Google. So give that to you, and you can use that as royalty for the video, or you can give me a crisp dollar. So today's review, without further ado, is the Nestle Kit Kat ice cream bar. All right, so we're gonna start off with a little unboxing of the Nestle Kit Kat ice cream bar. Then we'll go into the review itself. So, Nestle Kit Kat is based on the chocolate, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. It's the chocolate that, when you were a kid and you had those little Lunchable things, like the crackers and the processed cheese and the processed ham that came in little circles, and then you kind of built a little cracker with cheese and with ham on it. Oh, it's such a stupid concept. What? Like, why would kids want to do that? Why would you want to have a tiny little cracker that big? Literally the size of the Google Pixel watch. And sorry, Google Pixel watch. Sponsor me, Google. And why would you want to put cheese and a ham on that, or whatever was on there? How is that filling? I know there's 8 of them in a pack. Well, not even 8. There's 4 of them in a pack. But why is that filling? They have those little disgusting Lunchable pizzas. You remember those? A little again, that big. Size of the Google Pixel watch. The size of this button maybe, right? So you'd have this button, with a little sauce that you'd pour on there, and then little shredded cheese and a pepperoni or something, and that would be your lunch. I don't know if kids still do that today. I haven't spoken to kids in a long time because, why would I? But why is that good? Why do kids like that stuff? It's disgusting. It's not. There's novelty there, but why not just a sandwich with ham? I gave my mom so much grief for making me sandwiches when I was young. I don't understand. I don't understand it. Anyway, so those things though, they always came with a chocolate, and that was pretty dope. So some of them have coffee crisp, or even coffee crisp to 7-year-olds. Coffee crisp, or Kit Kat are the only two I remember. I'm sure there was more. I think there was more, but I remember the 2 big ones were coffee crisp and Kit Kat. Now, Kit Kat, this isn't the chocolate, this is the ice cream bar. I'm going to put these in the freezer, maybe. All right, so Kit Kat, the chocolate bar. I don't know what was about it, but it's kind of weird that whenever you had one, it's people expected that you'd share it with them. Kids are weird that way, aren't we? I was super guilty of that, maybe because I was a poor kid. It's we'd always want, food from other kids. I remember one kid would always bring spilling pickle juice on me. Would always bring in pita chips or something, and we'd eat the pita chips, but no, we'd take them from him, so he'd have like, you know, give away half of his lunch to us. And we had our own lunches, but we didn't share. We didn't share the lunches. But anyway, so Kit Kat was kind of like a blessing and a curse growing up. Blessing was like, it's a good chocolate bar. Tastes good. Nice red wrapper. You know, it's like came with all of those lunches, and if you had one, you had two, because you know you break it in half, and then it seems like you have more chocolate. But it was a curse too, because you know, everyone wants half of it, right? Same with kids who, I don't know, like brought Smarties or like Skittles or like M&Ms to school, you know. The kids who brought Skittles, it's like they empty out the Skittle bag and then everyone would take a few, and you know, weird system. I guess it was a tax or something. It's like kids are cruel. When it was a scrawny kid in class, it was kind of like bad. Was I ever a scrawny kid? Maybe a little, maybe before this. It was like, what, 15 years ago. Yeah. And I was like a scrawnier kid. But I never had my food stolen. But with the scrawny kid, was always like, give me half of your Kit Kat. Not give me the other half. So that's a bit of the history of Kit Kat, for you guys that are interested. You know, I'm sure you all had similar childhood experiences. Similar experiences with Kit Kat or like other chocolate. In fact, comment down below on what your favorite but also least favorite chocolate was in the comments. So like chocolate that was good but also bad. You know what I mean? Like Dunkaroos, maybe they're a good example. It's like you'd have the cookies, but everyone would want to like take their share of the cookie and like the dip, and you know, like there wasn't that much dip. So you know, if you had a snack like that, what was you were sort of bittersweet about? Just comment down below. So I'm noticing it's like 7 minutes in, and we haven't actually started the review yet. So what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna put away these Big's Pickles. All right, Big's Pickles, sponsored by the Google Pixel. And I'm gonna go grab the Kit Kat again, and we'll walk through the unboxing. All right, so the Kit Kat. So this is my first criticism about this ice cream. It doesn't actually have an assigned name. So give me another. No, wait. I'm all out of those. Anyway, it doesn't have a name, so it is just Kit Kat, right? This might be like a sort of, you know, showing that. I don't really know the purpose behind that. Obviously, you have the Kit Kat branding on the box right there. Nestle, little Kit Kat chocolate that we're all like super familiar with. See it right there. Right there. Kit Kat branding that we're all familiar with. Yeah. But it doesn't have a name. So if I say, hey, let's go get Kit Kat, I could be talking about Kit Kat chocolate, or I could be talking about Kit Kat ice cream. Right, that's just a minor point. So now the presentation. Box itself, you can see not the best structural integrity. Crushes pretty easily, flattens pretty easily. You know, it's a bit flimsy. Not super impressed by that. All right, the design. So you got it in both official languages. Have a Kit Kat in English and Pet la pose, Kit Kat in French. Right, not the most inspiring saying. Font's not super interesting, you know. Like, one thing I noticed is the red. It's not the same red as the Kit Kat wrapper. So right off the bat, this feels like an inferior product. Right, got the Kit Kat branding on the top. Nestle branding too. A little information on the side here. So this has 50 milligrams of sodium, 11 milligrams of fat. Crap per bar. All right, things I do for you guys. And 175 milligrams of potassium, so 4% of your daily potassium. Got a list of ingredients here that I won't go through. We'll go through that at some point. And a bit of warnings here. So you have the keep frozen warning and the kids help phone. I'm not a kid, so that doesn't really apply to me, but good on Kit Kat for promoting like mental health resources for kids. And if you're a kid, don't prank call that hotline. We did that when we were younger, and trust me, like, it's not as fun as it. Oh, not as fun as it seems. You'll regret it when you're 26. So when we look at the product itself, you see the box. Inside of the box, nothing to write home about. The Kit Kats are just kind of packed, you know, haphazardly, each wrapped individually, which is nice. They're not all clumped together in one big chocolate bar. Oh, now isn't that a concept? So instead of packing like one of these like this, you pack two of them together, and they break off, and it's like a real Kit Kat. You can have that one for free, Nestle. So then you get to the individual ice cream. All right, so again, nothing impressive. White package. There's no branding on it. Like sometimes the Magnum ice creams or like the Haagen-Dazs shit will have like branding on it or like color, which is nice. This is just very plain. Like you go to a park and like imagine like you're a parent or something and you bring these along to give to kids. Well, your kids, not other people's kids. And then you're like, here, Timmy. Here, Timmy. Look at that. You're little Timmy. Now you're on the receiving end of this. And you're like, what? What is this? What are you giving me? It's like, you're not going to be able to tell it's a Kit Kat product. All right, so right off the bat, packaging. You know, the box, not bad, but not great. The wrapper, pretty terrible. I'm going to give packaging a 5 out of 10. All right, so now we open it. Part of our unboxing video. You can see it opens nicely, though. I always open it with the stick facing up. I don't know if people do it with the stick facing down. I guess that's another way to do it. I'm just scared it'll fall out. Fall out. What was that? All right, so here's what the bar looks like itself. So bar presentation. You know, you got little bumps, which I assume is where the like Kit Kat wafer is. Pretty good structural integrity. It doesn't really bend that much. Nice and solid. A little chocolate on me. You know, but it just looks like a standard kind of like candy bar popsicle type thing. You know, like the Oreo bar looks a lot like this. A lot of the Magnums look a lot like this. Haagen-Dazs looks like this one has nuts. It's just a very plain kind of ice cream bar. As for the size, let's do a little size comparison here. So it's good to have like an item that everyone's kind of like, you know, familiar of the size with. So this Kit Kat is about the size of this scientific calculator. You can see it's a little smaller. You know, the Kit Kat's maybe the size of like the screen top area. You know, it's about the size of like a bottle of Advil, right? You know, and it can be concealed by an American dollar. So, you know, like size, nothing to write home about. These aren't like cheap either. Like they're not expensive, but they're not cheap. So that's an important consideration. All right, so now let's get into the taste test. Okay. So right off the bat, I can't confirm this is chocolate. Okay, so it's nice solid chocolate. Like even though the box has been out for like a few minutes, it hasn't melted, which is good. I just bought these today in the freezer for a bit. So I don't like this because it's a bit picky, but there's a bit of a gap between where the chocolate cover ends and where the ice cream begins. You can see it's right there, a bit of a gap. So, it doesn't like touch. Like in a really good ice cream bar, you'll have like it almost touches, but this one has like a sizable gap. It might just be this bar, but just something worth noting. All right, so we rated the box. I think we give it a 5 out of 10. I'm gonna give the bar presentation, so just the bar, like the presentation, the aesthetic. I'm gonna give that like a 6. All right. Oh, this is interesting. So kind of like, I don't know if you can see it there. 2 flavors of ice cream, right? So you got like a chocolatey one, then like, don't know if it's quite vanilla, but it's like a little less chocolatey. All right. All right, so I do get that Kit Kat like distinct flavor on like the wafer, like it's weird. It feels like I'm kind of eating like, like a cold Tic Tac, but it's like melting, but it's also not like like I can tell I'm eating a Kit Kat, and like if I were to do like a blind taste test, I'd probably be able to tell like, yeah, it's like Kit Kat ice cream. That's good. Now 2 flavors. Not gonna lie, they don't taste that different. No, it's just like a product of some kind of different dye or something. Well, I'm trying to get more of a feel for it, but fuck. This is messy. That's why we do pastries. Yeah, so the actual ice cream isn't the tastiest. It's like not super high quality, very cheap. But I'm calling Shell TikTok. Super nice. All right, so it's held up pretty well. Hasn't melted yet. That's good. I'll put these guys in the freezer for this review. All right, so the Tic Tac. Tic Tac. Kit Kat. Wait, Tic Tac's just Kit Kat spelled backwards. It's a palindrome. No, it's not a palindrome. It's whatever. It's just Tic Tac Kit Kat. Do you guys ever notice that? Maybe if I hold it up, it's like Tic Tac, Tic Tac. The Kit Kat, a Tic Tac ice cream bar. That's an interesting idea. If anybody does that, talking to my boys, Nestle, Haagen-Dazs, Ben & Jerry's, Chapman's. If one of you can pull off a Tic Tac ice cream, I will review it on this channel, provided that the grocery store near me sells it. I'm actually Googling it right now. It's like kind of a thing, but no, it's not at all a thing actually. There's like Tic Tac. There's like Tic Tacs that are flavored like rocket ice cream, but there's not ice cream that's flavored like Tic Tacs. So again, like my boys at Nestle, Chapman's, Ben & Jerry's, Haagen-Dazs. Make it happen, Make it happen. So the actual review of this one. Solid ice cream bar. Like, if you're out in the park, like at a barbecue or something, and you want like a reliable ice cream that kids and adults will both like. It's not too expensive, has some character. And this is not a bad choice. So I'm going to give the actual taste test 7.5 out of 10. So we take that presentation. Overall, it's like a 7 out of 10 candy bar. All right? It's dripping now. It's not the best candy bar, ice cream bar. It's not the best ice cream bar in the world, but, it's good. It's a good bar. Got a lot of potential. If they dazzle me with the packaging, if they work on the ice cream flavoring a bit. The shell still dripping on my chair. This is going to be a pain to clean up. The shell is good. Don't need to fix that. But, this can, you know, there's just some potential here that's not realized. If they can realize that potential, then, you know, 10 out of 10. But until then, it's a solid 7. So this has been the process pastry review for the Kit Kat ice cream. It's still dripping, so I'm going to sign off. Peace.